Alright, time for next round of this month's MSEM GP. Playing Burn against Nyx, who is on mono black Villainy, which is a pretty bad matchup for me. So I'm pretty sure I'm already down one game, so hopefully this hand. If I draw a land, is that even good? Like 3 recurry distance is a lot of recurry distance, and my opponent doesn't actually have. Oh wait, they're playing Exuns. I think I need to mulligan this, but they're a discard deck, so going down on cards is really bad. I'm pretty sure keeping this just makes me lose, because if I don't top deck a land exactly next turn, I just immediately lose. So, uh, yeah, I can't take this risk. Well, I guess I still have to keep a one-lander, but at least this one-lander's, I mean, I'm going, because I have to go down to, I really don't want to go down to 5 cards, so I guess I will keep this one-lander. But do I Storm Surge or do I Hatchels first? Hatchels before Neon Claw lets me play around Exunt, so I guess that's what I do. So I'm really hoping to top deck a land next turn, because if I don't, then, okay, I don't want to give them the treasure, so I guess I am discarding Neon Claw. Yeah, they pay up me, which forces me to discard a card unless I give them a treasure, and I really do not want to ramp them into turn 2 Villainy, so Neon Claw is getting pitched, which isn't great for me, but, I draw land anyways. Now what? So, usually I would just be holding a burn in hand right now, because that's something that the deck can do, but my opponent's also playing discard, so I do want to empty my hand before they can snag any of the burn from it with their discard spells. But I also Hatchels face again. Like, I do want to get things in play. Yeah, I think I go Hatchels, Orchestrate Storm Surge, and then just hope for good top decks. Like, I'm pretty sure I can't win this game anymore. I'm too low on resources to actually push any damage. I can hold and hope the top deck Neon Claws, but that's not a very good idea against a deck that has lots of discard. Alternatively, yeah, I should just go down to 1 card in hand, so at least, like, they don't get me too hard with discard spells. And they know exactly what's in my hand. Last card, Scorch. If they want to discard me, then yeah, they got me. I didn't play around Wave of Decay. Yeah, so 1 card in hand, and they're still at 18. Oh, Brazen Sacrilege. That would have been good, like, anytime in the last however many turns. And it would have been, no, it wouldn't have been good because I don't have enough mana to make use of it. They force me to discard. Do I let this happen? They take Brazen, I do nothing this turn. I mean, Scorch plus Storm Surge at least kills something. If I Brazen here, then what? They take Scorch, so they're like still happy with that exchange. Is Brazen always better than Scorch here? They're like even. I think I reveal my hand here. Like if they have 2 discard spells, and this is bad because they get to take both my cards. They take Sacrilege. They don't have 2 discard spells, so I guess that works out for me. That's a second Brazen Sacrilege. Yeah, I just keep passing because I can't really do much right now. So this is a matchup that doesn't actually get any better for me post board because previously before I think 2 seasons back, I would just bring in Exiliate Impressions, which is an enchantment for 3 mana that basically gives me a bunch of card advantage. And back then, Mono Black didn't have a way to blow up enchantments, but now they have Scourge Edict, which blows up enchantments. So now the Prescience plan doesn't even work against them. I suppose I can try to protect my Prescience with Neon Claw tokens, but that's not really a good play. Okay, if I top deck a land here, I can dump my entire hand and get some bonus L Brazen Sacrilege, so I'll play towards that profit stability. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. Do I want to start dumping my hand now? Not really. Like, I do want to keep my hand minimal to play around discard, but that's not something I can actually do that well right now. I think I still keep a Brazen because that lets me instant speed, like, Storm Surge something. Oh wait, I should be playing around Ball's Descent, right? Which means I do want to empty my hand. Yeah, because then, I mean, that wouldn't have helped anyways. So they just like transform this thing next turn and I lose. If I dump my hand, I guess I would have just been like playing from the top, which would have actually been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Actually, maybe I did lose the game by not playing aggressively enough. Is there any upside to keeping around Brazen Sacrilege? Not really. Oh, actually, no, this does help me. Yeah, because it mills up with Rogar's Gambits. And now I get 2 Rogars face them. They flip Bell's Decree next turn though, so I lose anyways, but actually, I think I misplayed by not going more aggressively or holding my burn too much. Because, like, if I actually just dumped my hand, I could have gotten at least 2 extra burn spells onto my opponent's face, and then that would have been I could have gotten them a lot lower. Well, anyways, I just do this, point everything at face. Yeah, like, this actually gets them down to 9, so if I just played more burn spells, I could have gotten them down to 3 or something, and that would have left them dead to a burn top deck. They flip spell. I mean, can they how easily can they gain life? I mean, the other problem is like how easily can I deal damage right now, because I still only cap out at 3 damage per top deck. Wave of Decay with no targets to gain life. Yep, that happens. Do I have an out? That's a blocker. Or do I need to attack here? Bring both players down to... I go down to 12, I get knocked down to 6, I'm dead next turn. I do a chump next turn? Yeah, sure. Go down to 6. Infectious Ego, okay. Why do they keep flipping good cards off Ego? I swear, like every time Ego comes down against me, they always flip my burn spells. And then I end up drawing lands afterwards. Sift cost, okay, that's completely useless. I can block, but I'm just dead. Okay, I'm just going to end it here. So post board, they have they have 2 more Wave of Decays, so that is going to be annoying for me. Do I care about... I can like bring in all these guys, but that makes my deck a lot slower. I mean, Scorching Condemnation technically protects Prescience, so that's worth something. And then like I board out some number of Assault Charms and some number of actually, do I need this many Scorching Condemnations? They can't actually easily kill this thing unless they have exactly Scourge Stag Edict, which they do run 4 copies of, so that's not really something I can deal with. Okay, maybe like this. I mean, I can take out Banished Companion because that card isn't that great at doing stuff. Like it just gets... Well, no, it's reasonably good at doing stuff. I think I actually take out 1 Scorching Condemnation here. Or no, I take out Storm Surge. Storm Surges are good because it enables Prescience on its turn it comes down, but also bad because it's bad to get flip out Prescience. I think I will go with the this feels wrong, but maybe it's correct. Or like maybe I just want to reduce number of creatures in my deck in general so that I play around Wave of Decay better. I mean, Suitor dies really badly to Wave of Decay. Maybe I bring out Suitor. Like I do this trim on the 1-drops. This feels really incorrect, but maybe it's... I'll try it anyways. Well, this starting hand is not very conducive to my plan going taller than them. I can always top deck the cards I need, I guess. And also their discard spells aren't that good against me right now. Yeah, I'll keep this. I don't actually want to go down on cards, and lands are actually reasonably decent in this matchup, just because I'm trying to like do stuff that takes lots of mana. Yeah, turn 1, Banished Companion. Valdez. Alright. They take Storm Surge. I think my opponent's pretty happy with what they see because, oh, well, that is even worse for me. I mean, on the bright side, like if the game goes long enough, these lands will end up being good for me. Okay, well, I mean, that's fine. That's 1 less... Wait, that means they probably have answers for my enchantments once they come down. I have lands, so I can like just hold on to Rogar's Gambits for now. Yeah. That's unresolved, okay. Come on. Do I like want to throw out... Do I want to throw out the Rogar's Gambits now? To play around discard spells? Like Rogar's, reprise Rogar's, that's 6 damage. And then leaves it vulnerable to Grave Hate, but maybe I mean, my opponent's Grave Hate is sealed. I don't think they're bringing in Seal the Tomb against me. Because I don't think that's... Like, they don't really need to Seal the Tomb Rogar's Gambit. They have better ways of answering it. Like, I dump, but then if I top deck Prescience, it's really bad for me. I'll try to blank their discard spells, I guess. So yeah, like if I top deck Brazen Sacrilege, it's also really bad for me because I just used up all my Gambits. I guess I can still Brazen Sacrilege, reprise a Gambit onto it. And come on, run this, that's find Happiness and Misery, okay. I'm personally really hoping that my opponent tries to discard spell me right now, because that'd be really nice to trick them like that. No, they're not doing that. Scorch, okay, wait, so that brings them down to 2 life. Do I just want to go for that? I think so, because that is Leitmotif exactly next. Yeah, so they would need to miss the Find Happiness and Misery to not go down to 1 life, and then they're dead to top decks. And since they have discard, like I don't want to let this thing get hit by a discard spell. In fact, I want to bait them to like discard me because that waits a turn for them. Yeah, I think I'll go for it. So yeah, hopefully I top deck 1 of my burn spells. Villainy. Oh yeah, they could just play out Villainy and life gain out of range, and I'm just dead here, which would have forced me to and well, yeah, that's the problem with Villainy. Actually, so Scorching Condemnation is actually a reasonable top deck now, because that would let me turn off Villainy and also, hey, asking you shall receive, I guess. I'll keep the land in hand to like bait them into hand attack. Wait, they can just Third Stag Edict the Scorching Condemnation, which is fine. That takes up their entire turn and also makes the Villainy hit not gain life, so then that means I just need to top deck another 1 damage spell, and I win. Alright, cool. Yeah, let's see if they can do that. Actually, they can probably tell that I'm not holding a burn spell because I would have played it by now. Maybe they still end up discarding me just to check what's in hand. Okay, yeah, they go for it. Alright, yeah, okay, well, I need to top deck a 3 damage spell now. And I did board out a bunch of them, so not the best position to be in. Please. That's not the right time to drop Prescience. Well, I mean, I don't have any other options right now, so I play Prescience and hope they have no answers to it, and hope that I draw something useful next turn. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Prescience just came down too late. But also, they're almost out of cards too, so maybe they just don't have anything either. Fast and Resolve, okay. Well, they're drawing more cards now, so yeah. But at least it's still card neutral for them. Their pay up, okay. They can just kill me with Villainies now. And yeah, they're out of range of a single burn spell, so I'm just dead right now. So I'm pretty sure I messed up game 1 and also game 2. Maybe I shouldn't have kept that hand. Otherwise, I don't think I played this hand particularly badly. Okay, well, I just drew 7 lands this game, so I'm dead. Cool. Wait, are they out of stuff? They might be out of stuff now. They're actually out of stuff, huh? Unfortunately, I'm also Hatchell's Maneuver. No good target. I actually didn't need to, I didn't know when I was going to draw my next spell. Okay, what? No, I'm just dead to Valdez no matter what they draw. Yeah, cool. Alright, fine. Yeah, a bad matchup for me. So 0-2 drop. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that means I have more time to focus on field test this month, I guess. So I'm just going to check game 1 to see if I threw the game by not playing burn spells there. So as what? So this turn turn 1, yeah, that works out. This is correct. We trade, and then I go Hatchell's Storm Surge. I could have actually held Hatchell's, but that wouldn't have worked out either. Like I could have gone Scorch Storm Surge, but which I guess plays around the thing. Yeah, I guess it plays around Wave of Decay, which could be. I mean, also my opponent doesn't actually have anything that Scorch kills besides Valdez, which is actually a good point. Yeah, I probably should be running out my burn spells because there's actually nothing that the burn spells actually kill. And also I was too low on mana to really combo with Brazen Sacrilege or anything, so I should be just running out my burn spells here. And also, Natsus could have gone side benefits if it got discarded. Oh, whatever, like this play was whatever. Or was also holding the Brazen Sacrilege. I guess that was also fine because it does the same amount of damage overall as Scorch plus Storm Surge. It was fine to hold it, like because I can always play it in response to discard. Okay, so here I think I definitely should have either played Sacrilege. I think I was just playing way too scared because if I play out Sacrilege here and Umber in Mind takes Scorch, then I'm empty-handed and top decking. And they get knocked down to 12, but then that's actually a reasonable scenario for me. I have these Hatchell's Maneuver, so land top decks aren't the worst thing in the world. But instead, I decide to do nothing here and get the Sacrilege taken, which is actually still, I'm still in a somewhat fine scenario. I top deck Sacrilege again, find Happiness, and then they didn't discard me again. And then I decide to not Sacrilege there, which I guess makes sense because if I top deck land, then I suddenly have Sacrilege Scorch, or Sacrilege trigger the Orchestrate on Storm Surge and then also Scorch them, and that's a lot more damage, so I guess it's fine to hold there. Okay, here, I passed the turn because I was hoping. I passed the turn here again because I was hoping to top deck a land next turn. I think here I probably should have just run out both my burn spells to play around Ballast Descent. So like if I run out both my burn spells, then my opponent would be at 8 right now. If I don't do that, I get Ballast Descented, I pitch did I pitch? No, I didn't. Okay, so I just pitched both these guys. So I was down 1 damage from or down 3 damage. Because Brazen Sacrilege and Scorch do the same amount of damage when Storm Surge is floating up there. I'm only down 3 damage by not playing these 2 spells instead of Brazen Sacrilege. But at this point, I finally fire it. Wait, I also milled over a Rogar's Gambit. Oh. Okay, so then if I play out both things, Brazen Sacrilege gets discarded, I draw a land, I play it, and then I'll be in this scenario, except I have a Rogar's Gambit in the graveyard that's waiting to get reprised. So what my opponent would have been at 8, yeah, it'd be my point would have been at 8 after this. They're only one less than what I did current or what actually happened, but I would have Rogarts in graveyard. So then the turn afterwards, they flip Bell, they swing. I don't think I end up drawing another creature this entire game though, so I don't think it mattered. But yeah, they flip Okay, yeah, so I would have lost anyways, even if I jammed my burn spells early. So then maybe there's an argument to be made that I should have just ran out Brazen Sacrilege like all these turns ago. Like here, that's fine, and then run out Brazen Sacrilege right now, get Scorch discarded. I'm still like even on, yeah, I'm still even on damage overall. Oh no, then I'd be just playing whatever burn I top deck, maybe. Play around discard. So this turn would have been, so yeah, this turn I run Brazen Sacrilege, they get whacked down to 12. Scorch gets discarded. I top deck Scorch, I play again, they go down to 9. And then turn afterwards, I play Besot Charm, they get knocked down to 6. And also I need to count to find Happiness and Misery, so they're actually at 5 now. Or no, I top deck Brazen Sacrilege afterwards. So I probably would have kept that in hand, honestly. So like, I guess there probably wasn't any scenario where I ran out all my burn spells. Like, yeah, I could have just Brazen Sacrilege for no bonuses, like Brazen Sacrilege and then Besot Charm afterwards. Just playing whatever burn spell I top deck, and that would put them down 2 extra life from where I was at. So they'd be at 3, which leaves them deck to Scorch top deck, but I didn't get the Scorch top deck anyways. So yeah, I don't think this game was a winnable game. And game 2 just wasn't winnable as soon as I kept my hand, right? Yeah, they did mob one of them. Like they Valdez me, so that took away Storm Surge, and then they were holding mono swamps. Okay, like if I knew that I could have actually just held on to the Rogar's Gambits for a bit longer. I didn't know that, so I really wanted to play around discard, so yeah, I just ran out both Rogar's Gambits. So I guess there sort of is an argument to maybe holding Scorch right now. But again, I was playing around discard, and I have these lands in hand, so I have a pretty full hand, so it's a pretty juicy discard target, so I decided to just run out Scorch, and then I'll also reprise Rogar's Gambit onto it, because I don't know when the next time I'll draw a spell is. And to get them down to 2, actually, yeah. But maybe I shouldn't have done that, because, like, getting them down to 2 right now doesn't actually do anything for me. I guess it discourages them from casting Find Happiness, but that's, like, even... They could always cast, like, the life loss from Find Happiness always matter, or will always end up mattering, so it doesn't actually matter which order they lose their... how low they go before they use this. In fact, it might even be better for me to put them higher so that they're incentivized to actually recast this, and then lose 1 life, which puts them over some sort of range. Then they just gain some life. Oh yeah, top deck Scorching Condemnation there. So, assuming I did not reprise Rogar's Gambit there, they would be at 7 right now. Maybe they end up casting this, and then they'll put them at 6. Okay, assuming they don't cast this, they'll be at 7. I top deck Scorching Combination and play an attack with it. Keeping land in hand to bait a discard spell. It ended up not being good for me anyways, because their discard with pay up, so it got discarded anyways. But the land didn't matter in the end anyway, so it didn't matter that much. Edict got me, so what? They'd be at 2 extra mana, right? Or 2 extra life, so they'd be at 5. I have, and then assuming I have Rogar's Gambit in graveyard, okay, play that out. And then Hatchill's reprise Rogar's onto it. That kills Valdez, gives me 1 more turn, but I'm pretty sure I was still dead anyways. They would just have to draw a single spell and I lose. So yeah, I don't think that was winning that game either. So that was my GP run. Turns out Burn is pretty bad into certain matchups. I mean, this is why I think like Burn is it's a very powerful deck, but it usually doesn't end up winning GPs, because you just eventually run into a matchup that you can't beat. And also, like, there's not, or like in certain matchups, there's a lot, as Burn, in certain matchups, there's a lot of play you can do. Like, against creature decks, there's definitely a lot of play you can make with how you, like, where you point your burn spells, and how you, like, seek, whether you hold your burn spells or play them out early or whatever. But against decks like this, where, like, none of your plays really matter, because you can't, like, in this matchup, you can't really, there's no good targets for your burn spells other than face, and so you have no interaction against what your opponent's doing, and your opponent is advantaged in this interaction because they have life gain, and like they're trying to trade resources. So then you're basically just at the mercy of your deck, and there's not much play you can do to make that any better, except I guess probability based things where like you know what you're likely to top deck, so you play in a way where you maximize the chance of taking advantage of your good top decks. But then that gets into those things that I'm not really good at playing at. So yeah. Anyways, well, since this month is the field test month, next month I'll have more time, so maybe I'll play an actual deck that time, or next month, maybe with the new cards from the new sets. But yeah,